Hello, everybody. Okay, so hour three. Let us do this. So, you can head back to the ship, and everybody kind of like makes a quick pointed walk back to the ship. Does Cattle and Crack say anything to one another, or is that also just like a quiet chat?
I give him
Uh,
a
Quiet
knowing
walk.
look.
he's already writing that email. It's like, hey, just met with your two representatives. Picture attachment.
Yep.
Um,
I can see what you're doing, right?
yeah, he's like doing
I'm
it
not even
on
stopping you.
visual.
It's just eye contact, and we both know.
And it's like the Batarian with the black eye and scars on his face went in the opposite direction of your Voldish representative. Is everything okay? Question mark.
Okay.
Yours truly.
Before you even get back to
Just
the
super.
vessel, you do get a response that says,
Here we
everything
are,
is
guys.
perfectly fine. It's so good that purchased loyalty also gains us concern of our employees.
Good, good, good. We're
My
safe.
headcanon is that this Volus bastard just took over the whole organization, and I have no issue with it.
I know,
No
right? It's
problem.
like we went to
We
do a
don't
job.
care.
We got paid even more. We're fine.
Yeah,
No.
no. Like,
I don't care about fucking Batarians.
Yeah. Is anything? I think I'm happier that there's a Volus in charge.
Well, yeah, they kind of make
They're a
logical
Citadel
choices.
race, at least.
Cracked is not telling anyone until they get back to the, and it's not for he's being mean or anything. It's like, yeah, we're probably going to have like a loud cheer that we don't want people to notice.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
so the two of them come walking in to the two of you guys, like holding each other, like jumping,
Hey,
like, and they like walk into the ship to see the Krogan and Solarian hugging and hopping. Is that what you're saying, Frank?
yeah, pretty much.
It's like,
I mean,
oh,
because they don't know how much we got paid yet.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys should record that and use that as like it's like the montage with Rocky and Apollo Creed, on the beach. It's one of those like, look, enemies can be friends, you know. If you don't get the reference, I'm sorry. Get good. So you guys go walking in, just see the two of them celebrating loudly.
I take it we got paid.
Oh, we definitely got paid. Do you remember our dear Volus friend? You
I
know,
don't
the
believe
one
we
we
have
just
a
saw.
Volus friend. Oh.
He's our Volus friend now, trust me. It's
Is he our new contact with the Blue Suns?
he's definitely a new contact. I'm not sure where his loyalties lie. I just show them what we got paid, and I'm
Credit
just like,
chips.
I
Can't
am
hold them
not
all.
going to ask questions, if you get what I mean.
Hmm. I think I agree.
At this point, I turn towards Tramilia. Did you have any chance to poke around with some of your older Turian friends who might be in possession of a surplus vessel?
Well, yes and no. I was traveling with you for most of that time and piloting and trying to not die. But if we make our way back over to the Omega system, I'm sure I can find somebody that would have a means to make that happen. Um, I these are contacts that I do not like to reach out to while in Citadel space. I have a reason to believe, with me being a defector, that the Taurian Council it keeps track of my transmissions. And
Understandable.
in Citadel, it's either a face-to-face conversation or it doesn't happen.
That makes sense.
Hell, we can wait here at least a month. We have nowhere to go for now.
Cattle just looks at Cracks is like, you just want to sit on your butt for a month?
He shrugs. Hey, we just got paid a lot. Puppy, stop. No, sorry.
I bought a dog.
I bought a human animal. He's trying to get the mint out of my
I
mouth.
think it's
sorry.
called a cat.
And
Mighty
That's a
loyal.
large rat there. The whole system, the whole station's infected.
he basically suggests we can take local jobs while Tremi is talking with her contacts, because either way we need to attach the new gun to the ship or leave it
It would
for
give me
reasons.
time to.
We
Do
don't
all
have
the things
anywhere
I
to
need.
mount the new gun right now.
We can take off the 2 other guns.
Isn't the new gun worse than our current guns?
No,
No.
it's better.
It's better.
The one we got off the maker?
No, that's our door gun.
It's the gun we took from the
We
other
got
ship.
a massive Solarian gun.
Yeah.
Oh, I
we
didn't
got-
even know
we-
we did that.
Yeah, we took the massive gun off that ship. It's broken, but I can fix it.
Fair.
So we have a
Monterey
broken
has no
gun
issue
for
with
plus
waiting
1,
around.
basically, or whatever.
I mean, I'm sure we could get a job from our new friends.
There's no rush. There's plenty of things to do on the Citadel while you're tinkering.
Like, I'm sure they paid us more because they want to keep us around.
Oh, they definitely wanted us to be on their friendly side.
So,
I at least have some things I want to do on the Citadel while we're here. It won't take a month, no matter what relaxed pace I go at.
I think I'm going to hold on to the data we found on the Solarian vessel until we reach Omega.
Okay.
Also, is the money basically just going into the ship fund for now and
Yes.
paying Tremi? That's fine.
Yes.
Because we're docked right now, so we're not.
I have like
Paying her.
500 on me, and I'm not going to need more than that
If
for
you-
anything special.
If you stay docked at the Citadel, if that's actually a conversation, she will not like request pay or anything like that while she's at the Citadel, because more or less you're just like releasing her from contract.
Yeah, we're
and, like,
basically on shore leave.
yeah, it's like, hey, we expect to head out in 4 weeks' time. You know, can you be back here? And she'd be like, if you're willing to wait a couple extra days because she's coming back from something, then she's like, yeah, I will be back at that time. And she won't like expect pay during it or anything. However, if you want to go all the way to Omega and sit around there, she will expect pay while being at Omega because it's, you know, the dangers of being
It's
at
Omega, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Well, I
no,
wouldn't
that's
say
expected.
explicitly say like 4 weeks, because we might like plan for a month and then shit will come down in a week.
Mhm.
Just be like, we're downtime for
Yeah.
an extended period, like up to a month, maybe more.
Basically,
Okay.
Crash just wants to meet his uncle.
I 100% understand
also
what
wanna
you're
be
saying,
successful.
Ollie, for the purpose of like regular gaming mechanics, but for the purpose of coordinating with an NPC, that might like be coming and going. That's the only reason why I'm throwing it
Well,
out there.
she said give me 2 days either way, so that's still totally fine.
Yep, and then
Yeah.
and then we'll kind of like coordinate from there. Cool. So you guys go to do your own things. I know Winnie had so many projects that she wanted to work on. Is that pretty much all you're working on, Erin?
yeah, pretty much. What do I have on my list? I have the inside swivelly ship defense gun,
Mhm.
kettle suit, the giant gun on the outside of the ship. I have to work on as well. And was that it? I feel
Well,
like
we
there was another
technically
thing.
also need to fix the ship, but I was planning to just like, I'll just contract someone, it's fine.
think
You
the
work on the other stuff.
Funny part is,
Wow, somebody else is gonna work on the ship. That's fine.
We have
We're
money
going
to pay
to,
for that now.
No, I'm fine with that. It's fine.
yeah. The funny
Fine.
thing is, we're probably going to take that big Solarian cannon off once we get a new ship.
So you make that lowest priority for now.
What do you mean a new ship?
Yeah, once we get a new ship, we're taking that off. We're
All right, so that'll be the lowest priority. So it'll go. I want to get that like inside gun also straight away,
Of course, that's gonna
especially
be.
if we're going back to Omega. And then I'll work in kettle suit, like my second thing.
We'll make that your
If
highest
we're,
priority.
if we're going to if we're going to Omega, Cattle would really appreciate having a very good suit, but you know,
Why are we going to Omega? Where did this come from?
contacts for a new ship. You know, Tremilia
Oh.
said that she can't really,
Why
she
are we
doesn't
getting a
trust.
new ship?
I like our ship.
Because it's a glorious scrapper. It's glorious, but it's still a
I'm not gonna
scrapper.
stop you, but Entourage, just like Winnie, will just keep asking why. Like,
Yeah.
It's
well,
just
you
a.
know,
this
we could
actually
get-
serves all our needs, and we don't need anything more.
instead of buying a new ship, maybe we can just buy like a shuttle to attach to the ship, and then we can have a med bay.
Well, we had a
We don't need
shuttle.
a med bay. We don't have a very
Okay.
large crew.
That's true.
I already can survey all the needs of the crew.
Also, I like our ship.
I like our ship.
I've done a lot of work on the ship. I've done a lot of work on the engine.
Winnie's done a lot of work on this ship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see no reason for us to delay getting a new ship other than Tremelia wants to fly a new ship.
A non-human ship.
You're already using non-human interfacings.
It can be an
Aside
older
from
ship so
the
long as
happy
it's not a
pilot
human
at
ship.
control.
And more of the ship is Quarian than human by now anyway.
If it was an
But we can
Asari
fix
ship
it.
1,000 years older than this piece of shit, then it would be better than what we're currently in.
Hey,
I'm not denying the fact, but Winnie's
next to
done
my
a very
ship.
good job with this ship.
Winnie, this isn't your ship. This is you making the best that you
My
can with
ship.
a bad situation.
Smash it now.
Rick,
Shit.
how much do we have in the ship pool right now? 500,000.
Let me do a little bit of math because
While
I
you're
have.
doing that, Ontario would go away to Winnie and just be like, if they want to sell the ship, can we keep this ship?
Can we find it?
Buy it.
If you have like 1.6 million, sure.
It's like, wait, like, you're not going to sell this other than for scrap. And even then, it's not going to be worth much because it's so many things sorted together by now. It's all painted red, which looks like shit. Like, you're going to sell this. So it's just like, if they want a new ship so bad, why don't we this one?
Well, Krax
If
is
it
either
comes-
in favor of upgrading or somehow enlarging this ship.
We can
Or
make
buying
it
a ship.
better.
I don't think that's a thing
that-
in
I
Stars
can-
Without Number
That's what I'm
stuff.
saying. It's like that's what he's in favor of, though. It's like
it's not a
No.
thing in
What
life.
with docks?
I know. It's like
Make
yeah,
the
we
ship
can either
bigger.
make this ship bigger, or
It's already ugly, right?
That's kind of
So-
why I recommended the shuttle, because it's without actually
Yeah.
having a larger ship.
But having a shuttle means you have to have like mounting
we did have a
for
shuttle.
it.
We have
We do have
mounting
a
for it.
No, we have a really crappy mounting. You need a
Hey,
proper
hey,
mounting if
I
you
built
want-
that.
Yeah, and Scott straight up said it basically works once, and you're like, we have a ship tender mount. It's like, no, he said it works once. I
Winnie's just standing there polishing it. It's like, it's the best, trust me.
want to actually get a shuttle on this ship. Like,
It worked
we need to
once,
get
and then I had to
around-
fix it again. It's fine.
No. we need a proper one if we want this to actually be a plan, which I'm okay with it being a plan, but it's also not incredibly necessary.
I
it's
will.
I'm with Chad
I
on this
will
one.
remind.
We need to go to build an asteroid base and name it the Cattle Cave.
I will remind Ollie he is half right. There was one that I was like, oops, retcon at work because I'm dumb. I screwed up a ruling or something like that. And then you guys actually went and paid all the monies to build a
is it
proper
our
one.
proper one?
Yeah, we do have
Yeah.
a proper one.
And that's how you got all the way back to from the Citadel back to
I'm okay
Omega.
with being half right most of the
Yep.
time. That's all. I need.
Either way, if we sold, this is out of character. If we sold the
Sold.
Glorious Scrapper, we would still be 500,000 short for the patrol boat.
Yeah, we have 585,000
It's like-
credits.
You're doing this right now on the ship while we're doing other things. It's like, oh, we're just gonna wait for.
No,
the
no,
bit
it's-
Well,
to-
that's
to-
why
to thing.
Frank,
It's
you don't
like-
get a stock patrol boat. You get a garbage patrol boat,
No.
and you build that one up too.
blood stains all over the place.
Yeah.
No, like this is why Crax is like not involved in the thing. It's like it's his end goal for right now. It's to either upgrade this ship or get a better ship.
I would only worry about getting a new ship if this ship is we fly it back and it's about to explode, and we also have a huge amount of cash. That's the only
It's not
way
gonna
you're gonna.
explode. It's not gonna
And it's
explode.
not going to explode right now, so that's not even. We haven't even got
By
two
the
hours.
time it's going to explode, it'll be too late.
So let's
It's
fast
not gonna
forward.
explode.
This has been a back and forth for a bit.
But yeah,
Let's-
Crax's
let's-
argument for this is cargo space and armor.
We know the arguments across the board,
Yeah.
and we know that there are 2 for upgrade and 2 not. We'll deal with it when you actually either A, have more money, or
buying
B,
the
have a
ship,
deal from
that's
Tremi. So now we're going to go to what it was. Ollie, I already know what you wanted to do to some degree. It's going to be a bit of RP. So, and I know Frank as well, but Frank's going to be like in a month in game.
Yeah.
What were you doing, Rick, between this point in time?
That is a good question. We have 200,000 scrap that I could potentially try to sell for a good deal.
Scrap works as you can try to turn it into money, or you can use it as money for fixing things. It's 1 for 1 when used for fixing. It's whatever you can trade for when it's not fixing, when it's selling for actual credits.
Yeah. I was also thinking I could maybe, like, I don't know, try to do some info broker stuff and maybe, like, try to, like, sell some information or something.
Sure. Why don't you trade the information that you have or whatever to, like, is there anything you're trying to find out, anything you're trying to learn, or just trying to sell?
Uh, I think I'd just be trying to, like, I don't know, find people that want to buy some information that I just happen to have, something like that, basic info broker stuff. I'm not gonna sell the war hero stuff that we found earlier because I feel like this is the wrong place to sell that. I just get like the Solarian Union on my ass. I don't need any more of that.
Okay. Awesome. So you're more or less just going to say, to sum this up, I do a job for that month
Yeah.
period of time in exchange for credits. Okay, that's fine. So we can, and there's nothing you want to try to discover yourself. You just, I'm making money.
I can't really think of anything. Like, I'm not gonna investigate Volus, friend. He's got my loyalty.
Sure.
Can we at least get his name?
Did not get his name.
Because right now he's just the Volus who is currently the godfather of the Blue Suns or whatever.
Mr. Moneybags!
I would at least straight up ask Cattle and Cracks to get this guy's name. Either way. Shouldn't be hard. Shouldn't be dangerous.
Oh, if Rontari is asking him that, he's going to, get on the email, just be like, reply to the other one where it's like, oh, thank you for being so concerned about our fellow employees and representatives. And
It was the one that you had sent to? Yeah, so I understand what you're saying, like more or less keep it on the same chain. So
yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
He's just replying,
Yep.
and he's just
That's
going to
funny.
reply, just, oh, it's good that everything's okay. Oh god, he has like a thesaurus up on the other side. It's like, we are remiss for not knowing our contact's name / code. And, just something. He's trying to be polite.
Respectfully yours, Cracks.
Respectfully yours.
So more or less you just say, hey, buddy, let's be friends. What's your name?
Hey, what's your name?
You don't get a response.
I'd be on Facebook.
Yeah, we gotta get him on Facebook.
Yep.
I don't think any of us are on Facebook.
Um,
Winnie's on
oh,
Facebook.
God.
You
If
don't get a
I am not.
response. Few days pass. Does Cracks try again, or does he leave it alone?
Cracks actually just in private sends a same chain, understood, period.
Perfect. All right, so
Yeah, like Cattle would have told you that he's paid us enough. He doesn't want us to know his name, and for that kind of money, I'm completely fine with
And
it.
he's a Volus, so he could just, if he's got money, he could just buy a different suit and we'll never know
Just
who he was.
paint the suit a different color.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Jim.
yeah, it's literally just paint one stripe. That wasn't me. Was there a stripe on that suit? All right, so what's your name there? Entourage, we'll do you first. Heard you're into that sort of thing. So the Entourage, who are you reaching out to during this time?
My handler, if
Mhm.
I can, or someone from my organization.
Absolutely, of
Damn
course. So you reach out
You're
and
doing too much shady shit, Cattle. I'm sorry, you're being tattled on.
so you reach out and you more or less say, "Can I speak with you?" It's one of those like,
I'm on the Citadel.
yeah, I'm on the Citadel, and you know that whenever you like request a meeting with her, it's always like a priority level. Like, is this extremely low, medium, high, extremely high sort of a thing?
Medium priority, basically like update on what's going on and like is there anything I need to do? Because not doing anything for a long time, so like an update. So I wouldn't be mad if I waited for a while.
Yep, it'd be one of those things where you would wait maybe 2 weeks or so before finally you would have the meeting with her. She would have reached back out to you relatively quickly, but you would know that it'd be in like 2 weeks she'd be in that region. And so when you finally do meet with her, yay, you guys meet up. When you meet up, a location that Entourage would find to be comfortable for a meeting. I mean, I imagine it would be a very high-end place, not a bar, almost like a very high-end lounge with this huge gaps of space.
That's what you want.
So with there's huge gaps of space between patrons over there and patrons over here, not their own individual rooms, but imagine like a restaurant where there's literally like 50, 60 feet between each table. But each table has extremely comfortable chairs or couches, as opposed to, oh, it's just like a stool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys would go in and meet there, and because you're meeting there, and it's going to be an enjoyable experience. It's like a high quality food and drink is of course going to be a part of the meeting. So when you guys meet there, are you one of those people that you try to be prompt and super early or on time?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. This is my handler. I would, of course, be there early.
Okay.
Fashionably early.
Sure. So
I also have nothing else to do.
Yep. So you would actually get there first and get to the table first and so on and so forth. And when she comes walking in to see you, she'll go and meet you at the table. It's one of those, like, as soon as you walk in, you stand up. There's the appropriate greeting, including like a hug or whatever. And it's, by the goddess, it has been some time since we spoke. And how do the stars fare for you?
I have been spending an extended period of time with Cadel Olan and his makeshift crew. So the stars fare as they do.
I recall the report that you had sent to me of him when you had first joined on with them.
Can you describe who this is first?
Absolutely.
Because I don't. It's not even like this is a character I made and I know who they are. This is just a voice now.
Absolutely. So remember, there are 3 phases to the Asari. There's the first phase is the maiden. Second phase is the what is it?
Matron.
Matron. The third phase is the matriarch. She happens to be in the tail end of her matron phase, trying to make herself into a matriarch phase, which is why she's a handler and not somebody that's of even higher position, right?
Exactly.
But she's a handler of note. She's somebody of significance within your group of the organization. She watches over very few huntresses. To make sure that you're properly taken care of. She's somebody that's very kind and courteous at all points in time. When aggressive actions happen to her or around her, she's the kind of person, as far as you understand, always saves face. There's no reason to have huge emotional reactions and whatnot. She's past that phase in her life. You know that beyond yourself, the other huntresses that she controls, it's kept secret. You guys don't all know each other. One of them you do know because you worked side by side before. She's a little bit junior to you are, but is extremely vicious and gets the job done with precision. And it's one of those, it's one of those things where you're like, ooh, it's weird that you're paired up with this handler, but you are very effective. You know what I mean? It's like if you were to take Krax and Winnie and they had a baby. Don't make Krax and Winnie have a baby. That sounds horrible. The other thing to note about her is that in her younger life, she was not a huntress in her younger life. She was one of those maidens that went and did the whole, I'm going to have fun and explore the galaxy and see what the galaxy has to offer. And along the way, bumped into her own tragedies. You don't know all the details. You just know that she eventually bumped into some shit. And that's kind of like what pulled her head out of her black hole and made her get into what actually makes the galaxy kind of move and shake, right? So again, you guys have a great relationship and you've been working together for probably 2 decades?
No, I'm not. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm not that old. No, I am. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, probably like 2 decades. So we were just discussing. She says to you, you had that response or whatever. What was it? Sorry, literally the last thing.
I gave her a report when I started, and like, yes. Since then, we've had a Quarian by the name of Winnie Jun join the team, who is the technician of the ship.
Winnie, did you forward reports of everybody to her last time you were on the Citadel? Like basic ones?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, yep, of course. And how has she been handling the transition onto a human vessel?
With surprising grace. She is taking the challenge far more accurately than our current hired pilot is.
This hired pilot is the Tremelia that you had mentioned prior.
Yes. Quite an aggressive individual.
She's a
Which is not
Taurian.
surprising. No.
She is a Taurian, and so you understand that aggression comes to them quickly, naturally, but aggression just means passion, and passion has many uses. Passion has much value. You just have to understand how to speak to her passion, and she'll come around to you.
I did want to. Is this still what you need me to do? Work with this Cadel Olan? I'm happy to do so.
Well, where was it that you have found yourself recently? What is it that you have been able to procure for us?
We've continued working with the Blue Suns, which involved going to a human settlement on a Prothean planet called Therum.
Okay.
That's me not knowing if that's the name of the
Therum,
planet. Which involved recovering the human intelligence and some somewhat advanced technology that they had on their hands and transferring it to the Blue Suns. Interestingly, it seems that the Blue Suns is now being led by a Volus individual. Whether this is something of importance or not.
I've only just made my way back to the Citadel recently. I haven't been able to go through all of the reports to see who is in charge of what. But if there was a change of power or somebody was to have a regional shift, that's not necessarily a concern of ours, but keep an ear to the ground. As for the information that you procured from the humans and transferred to them, you've spoke of Cattle's cunning and opportunistic personality quirks before. Did he keep a copy? Perhaps something that he could sell to somebody else as well? Or did he transfer the only one to them?
Of that I'm not entirely sure, but I am almost certain he keeps copies of all intelligence he sells. Speaking of, he does have intelligence of a Solarian captain, one that supposedly betrayed Solarians before the Genophage was released in the Krogan Wars.
What is this captain's name? And you give
I'd tell her.
Yeah. She'll actually pop open her Omni tool and plug in the name really quickly that you say and see like the information that pops up. And the information about this captain, briefly.
I don't know it. I just know that he has it.
Yep.
So
you don't
I
have the
know
details.
very little information, but I know that Cattle has an intensive amount of secret information that he is keeping on hand for. He believes that the Solarians may not wish that information released, and has not yet decided on a purpose for it.
This isn't something along the lines of the captain has been frozen and is still alive.
The captain was very much dead. In fact, Cadel Olan is now in the process of repairing his old arms and armor.
Oh, well, that's quality equipment and certainly something that'll keep his head intact when he sticks it into places that generally try to remove it. So
I assume I am protecting him. That is still my objective while I am working.
there was a human colony on a Prothean planet wherein there were large ruins and lots of information to be gathered that has then been collected and delivered gift wrapped to the Blue Suns. Any information taken from Prothean ruins in the hands of the Blue Suns is not a good thing, unless it is known what that information is. It is very likely that he has a copy. We would need a copy of it as well, so we can handle it appropriately. The information that you had gathered before, I didn't get a full update of what had happened when you were working with the Alliance beforehand. I understand that things had turned, we'll say, sour at the end. What had happened to the information they were looking for?
The intelligence they were looking for, they had a assumedly some sort of rogue virtual intelligence that was sabotaging the life support systems, able to hack and sabotage life support systems of multiple ships. I don't believe we managed to truly duplicate it. And that mission was a failure, more or less. And it also led to the deaths of the lieutenant and the Alliance personnel. But that's what they were. The mission was intending, that we were to clone some sort of intelligence or program that can destroy life support systems on ships.
You've said it twice, and then also you've talked about the struggles of the duplication. Are you insinuating that this is in fact a high quality VI that they have? A VI that's designed for electronic warfare?
I did not interface with it. I did not see any sort of code or uplink. Merely it was a situation where specialized hardware had to be in place to duplicate such device. In fact, I believe we did deliver a device, but it was badly damaged when we delivered it to the Blue Suns. So they do have that in their possession. But from where anger, it seems that virtual intelligence did not function as intended. But yes, I do believe it was a high power, a highly intelligent virtual intelligence designed for particularly ship combat, for destroying life support systems. Something that...
Then let me say this. Not only is procuring the information that was transferred to the Blue Suns from the Alliance there a priority, but it seems like the Blue Suns themselves are a priority. Perhaps postulating in front of them and keeping their attention is a good thing. Get them to lull them into a sense of security. Get them to want to work with you further. Discover who's in charge. Why was there a power shift? That's perhaps the best way, because Cattle seems to be cunning, and you might not be able to procure the information from Cattle without tipping him off to it. So while that will probably be the easier way, also try to work an avenue where you can procure the information back from the Blue Suns.
Absolutely, Matron. I will take that path.
As for it being your explicit responsibility to keep Catawalon alive, his living or dying does not matter. He's certainly been an important asset in finding out this, well, whatever this is. Do the best you can. If he is a friend of yours, of course, do as you would with any of your sisters. But he is no longer a priority. Simply whatever it was that you had transferred.
Yep, I imagine that would be more or less it, other than a lot of ambling, pleasant conversation, because we're Asari.
Yep, of course.